using VR for education. You have 9/11 day, so you put it on as if you're in Tower 2. You can pick. You want Tower 1 or Tower 2. You want the first one to go in, you want the second one to go in, you know?
It's really annoying because you found the logic, and it's like, I can't even disagree with what you're saying. I'm like, that actually does make sense.
Yeah, why don't they do that? All right, nieces and nephews, we are back to another episode of Haiyaa Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Special guest today, we have Matt's wife here. Give it up for Matt's wife.
Hello.
Yes, I'm gonna travel to the US soon, right? So I needed to get her in the podcast because we talked about Gemma a lot.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Right? And you're always I always bring up your name. But nobody knows who you are. So now you've seen it, listeners. That's what she looks like. That's what she puts up with. I still can't believe you listened to the podcast because...
I think it was more for research and, I was a bit worried.
Yeah. Because
Gemma was very worried when I first started working with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
Why?
just like thinking... Is her husband going to get cancelled? By association.
How did you frame it to her? You told Gemma you're working on this controversial podcast.
Yeah. We were out with our friends. We'd had like a really nice dinner. And then it was towards the end. And then I was like, it's all about kind of getting cancelled, quite controversial. And I was like, hang on a minute. What are you doing?
Gemma made me do like a mind sweep through my Twitter.
Yeah.
To see if I got any skeletons.
I'm like, are you all of your social media private?
But it's not that kind of podcast.
It's not that bad.
This is not the right-wing lunatic podcast, It's just me saying some crazy shit. Who told you it was going to be offensive?
Well, I mean, I just did my own research. And I was like, no. I think it was when the Syrian Carpenters clip had just gone out.
Oh.
So I watched that.
Hey, that is a fun clip. Yeah, funny story. My Syrian Carpenters came last week. And then they were talking about the whole Russia-Ukraine thing. So actually, Russia has done the same shit. The shit Russia's doing to Ukraine, they did it to Syria first. But of course, nobody cares because, they're not white. So,
Oh my God.
I mean, it's true, isn't it? Let's be honest here. So they were talking about how Russia helped Assad in the civil war. So Assad was bombing his own people. So Russia helped him. So they all hate Russia too. And they were like, oh, it was really bad. That's why we had to flee to the UK. They're telling us this whole story, how their village got bombed and everything. It was just tragic. And how Assad is actually this evil person who actually goes to Moorfields Eye Hospital. 10 years ago, he went to Moorfields Eye Hospital. A random fact. So they're telling me about this whole story and that the media doesn't really care about them and everything because they're Muslim. And then I was like, okay, that sounds really bad, man. And then we got talking about, okay, what are you guys doing this weekend? So, we have to work. I asked, where are you working? He said, this Russian lady's house. That's their new client. They were laughing about it. And Aham, the head carpenter, was like, I'm not bringing my brother. I'm not bringing my cousin, Imad, because the Russians bombed his hometown. So they are going to go work for a Russian lady's place.
That's so awkward.
And it's going to be very awkward. And one of them can't even go because you just get really angry. Because
my God.
Russia's bombed his village. So yeah, a little update on the Syrian carpenter situation for you guys. They're very happy here. I gave them my old dishwasher.
So wait, are these just your carpenters?
Yeah, my
That's how you
builders.
met
My
them?
builders. Yeah.
That's quite an in-depth conversation, though, to have with a builder. I just offer them a cup of tea.
Well, they've been here for 6 months now.
True.
I know them for 6 months now, So they were just laughing about it, about how, of all the clients to have, is this Russian lady. £5 million flat. Wow. Fun little story. You never know when it will come back to bite you. And they said they charged the woman up front because they're like, I was like, they're freezing their assets. You better charge in cash. I'm like, don't worry, mate. Don't worry. We got it. It's an upfront payment before work even starts.
Small wins.
Very smart. So good job, Aham and his gang. It's a whole family working for the same construction company. But thank you so much. Matt and his wife came to my show.
Yeah.
On Thursday.
It was
That's
great.
good.
My show in London. Thank you for coming.
No, thank you for having us.
What'd
It
you
was really
think?
fun.
What'd you think?
I mean, I can't sit here and go, yeah, not funny at all. Don't see it. It's rubbish. No, it was great. And we were saying as well that like the atmosphere was like going to like a football match almost. Like your crowd are they absolutely love it. So it was really nice to be around. I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is fun. Because a lot of things we go to, you were saying earlier.
So normally you arrive at a show and you always, It's almost like you want to be persuaded. Even if it's a comedy show and you like the comic, you're like, oh, well, I hope they're good. That's kind of often...
Really?
Yeah.
Shouldn't they be fans of the comic already?
Yeah, but I think there's always that, like, oh, you know.
Yeah, I think...
They better be funny.
I think it's because you go to Soho Theatre. That's why. Listeners outside the UK, outside London, really. Soho Theatre is this very wanky place. I played there, I can say it. But it's the same audience who know that same audience you saw who were like fun and happy already, who show up at Soho Theatre, and they're the happiest bunch there. You know, and I was doing photos with them. Meanwhile, everybody was just trying to look painfully cool and detached and ironic. You know, it's just comedy, but it's supposed to make you think. Comedy's supposed to make you think. No! Comedy's supposed to make you laugh.
Comedy is art.
No, it's not.
Art is comedy.
It's not. Oh god, that's the Soho Theatre crew. You know, the art museum goers. It's true though, isn't it? It's true. It's the kind of like the comedy where people go and then it's very well reviewed comedy, but it's not that funny. You know?
I know, it's where you like swill a glass of wine and like scratch your chin.
Yeah. They're not there to have fun. They're not there to laugh.
Like, fuyo.
Yeah. What is the etymology of that word? Where can I trace the roots of the word from? You know? What is MSG? It's worth examining. It's so raw and unfiltered. I love this show.
But it was cute. We were sat next to a super fan who had like, the orange polo on and everything.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, this is so cool.
See, I love my fans, man. They show up, they cheer.
The queue for the meet and greet afterwards, we couldn't believe it. Because we were obviously going for dinner with you. And I'm like, well, he's not going to be here for like an hour.
Yeah, we underestimated how many people would want to meet you.
I thought you'd be 10 minutes.
People queue for me more than they queue for drinks. My audience, they don't drink, which is great, you know. They stay healthy, guys, you know.
Yeah, I love that because when I got a couple of pints, I was like, there's no queue at all. This is amazing.
The bar for my shows probably made zero money, you know. So they came and you underestimated how much people wanted photos with me.
Yeah,
do you know how famous I am, Gemma? Do you know how famous I am in Chinatown, which is where the Leicester Square Theatre is? I'm famous in that 2-mile radius of Chinatown, you know, and then I go to Clapham, nobody gives a shit. You know, that's where they live. You know, I just gave it away, guys. Go visit them.
Yeah, just doxing us. Thanks.
Yeah. No, nobody cares about you guys. It's okay. But,
I was half hoping that, like, because obviously we've been doing the podcast for a little while.
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder if anyone's going to recognize me.
No one did.
No, not one person. So cheers, guys.
It wasn't even like a glance either, where someone was like, oh, is that?
No. So I was like looking around, like walking really slowly to the bar and things, just being like, ooh. I said to Gemma loudly, oh, he does a podcast as well, does he? Oh, yeah. No one literally double take to me or anything. So
listen, the podcast is still quite new. People would recognize Auntie Liz. Liz from Maymay. She gets recognized. I think people in the main Uncle Roger channel videos get recognized. But you have no relation to Asian food. There's no way to put you in an Uncle Roger video.
I mean, I like it. Does that help?
Yeah, but you can't do a video with people who like Asian food. What are you going to do? You can be one of the extras. Yeah. Liz's husband, fun fact, he's peanut allergy guy.
Oh.
You know, and that clip went really viral on TikTok, where I just yelled at this guy with the peanut allergy as Uncle Roger. So, oh, don't worry, just eat the peanut. Hospital's very close by. Don't worry, just eat it. You know, that kind of thing. And that went super viral. And they got recognized even out in Australia.
No way.
Yeah, they were like,
That's
holy
insane.
shit, is that the girl from Uncle Roger videos and the guy from Uncle Roger videos? Yeah.
That's cool.
It's crazy, isn't it? So that is the power of social media, really.
Yeah.
And then, did you enjoy the pedo jokes? There are a few. They have to carry over. We talk about it so much on the pod.
I mean, it is true. And I should say to Gemma, before you implicate yourself in anything, you don't have to agree with anything Nigel says. Just laugh and like nod
Just
along.
a neutral
No,
expression.
listen.
And if you're really worried, just say no, like just smile, because then they can't get you for anything. You just smile, do this.
Listen.
Let Nigel do whatever he
Just
wants.
by being on the podcast, they're endorsing all my views, okay? You know how at Twitter, journalists would be like, oh, retweets does not equal endorsements. This is the opposite of that. This is, if the camera's on you, you agree with everything I agree with. You know? So what? Reunification of the Soviet Union? That's what we are fighting for. That's what this podcast is about. I'm about to start a fundraiser, but for Russia. That would be so funny.
God.
Wouldn't that be funny? Due to the ongoing crisis, guys, we're going to start a fundraiser, and then they click into it. We're going to support the Russian troops, people. They didn't ask to be dragged into this. To be fair, I mean, am I wrong?
You're doing
Am
a
I
good
wrong
job.
here?
Just stay silent.
They are as innocent as the Ukrainian people. You know, it's Putin's war, and they got dragged. The Russian families got dragged into it. No, but nobody cares about that side. You know,
It's true.
In the same way, if I lived through World War II, I might start a fundraiser for the Nazis, the Third Reich. Not for Hitler, not for Hitler's like slush fund, but for the regular families who got impacted. My ex-wife, her great-grandparents fought in World War II.
Really?
Of course, on the Nazi side. And I saw some like memorabilia. You know,
It's like framed
just, like,
up
books.
on the wall.
No. No. They weren't proud of it. Okay, it was just in the bookshelf had some like, not like super Nazis. It's just like books from the old days that still had like
Subtle Nazis.
yeah.
God.
Are they?
That
It's
is
just
a grey area.
Listen, you have to remember history. You can burn the books, but what's done is done. I'm on Gemma's side here. Yeah, the subtle Nazis.
You'd be worried though if it was Mein Kampf just on the bedside table.
Yeah. Framed. And they just bring it out as coffee table books, Mein Kampf. And then signed by Hitler, and they're so proud of it. First edition, guys. First print, signed by Hitler. Mein Kampf. You can still smell his fingers and his sweat.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, I'm starting a fundraiser, guys. This is the announcement of my fundraiser for the Russian army.
So bad.
What do you guys think?
So bad. I would just say the platitude that there are no winners in war. So I can take your sentiment
Exactly.
that everybody's a loser when there's war.
Exactly. So we should help all losers equally. Right? Why is it so one-sided? Why do we only help the losers on the Ukraine side? We should have the losers on the Russia side too. They got dragged into this. Nobody wants to fight Ukrainians. Right? All Russians have a Ukrainian relative or friend. They don't want to fight them. So what are you supposed to do? But thanks for coming to my show. That's what I'm saying, okay? And these are jokes. I'm not actually starting a fundraiser. I don't have the time. I don't have the time. That's what's stopping me from helping out the Russian forces. Time management issues. My birthday is tomorrow, so I'm doing a housewarming and a big birthday thing.
Yeah.
A private chef coming over to cook some shit for us. So I gave Gemma the house tour.
Yeah,
She's
it's very,
very
very
impressed.
nice.
Oh, thank you.
I was
thank
working
you.
away up here just listening to this lovely house tour you were both doing.
I've given you the house tour. That's why. Yeah.
That's the real
That's
reason
true.
I'm here, is for the house tour. It's very nice.
Well, thank you
Very
for
nice.
making it all the way here.
Yeah.
I can't believe you sold my podcast as a controversial podcast. It's just a few pedo jokes here and there. That's what you tell your friends,
It's nice because we've actually not had any pedo references for a while, but now I feel like...
I think we
we're
need to
back.
bring it up. Listen.
Yeah, we're back.
I wish my UK leg was extended because I want to, I want to talk about Prince Andrew on stage more. Prince Andrew, remember him?
You can go to town on him actually, because we're all paying for his bloody
Yeah, settlement.
settlement. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not even mad that he touches kids, The worst thing about Prince Andrew is not that he touches kids, that he eats at Pizza Express. He's royalty. You can eat anywhere, Andrew. And then you pick Pizza Express.
Doughballs. They're just too good.
The dough balls are good.
The Doughballs?
You've
The
never had the
doughballs,
dough
yeah.
balls?
No, what's that?
It's
They're just
like garlic doughballs, yeah.
They're quite
What's a
good.
doughball? Don't explain it with a doughball with the garlic
It's
doughballs.
basic. It's
It's like garlic
dough
bread, but a
in
little
s-
ball. They're
Okay.
actually quite good. I mean, you can buy them at
Well,
Sainsbury's
it's
now.
garlic doing the heavy lifting there, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Very
True.
much so.
Okay, it's not Pizza Express secret recipe. It's just garlic makes everything taste good. And listen, Prince Andrew, if you compare Prince Andrew to like the other successful pedophiles, do you think you'll catch Epstein in a Pizza Express? No, he's on his own island. So I'm just very upset that's how bad British taste in food is. That you can be royalty, you rather touch kids than eat good food. That's how, you know what I mean? That's crazy to me. There's no saving you guys. There's no if this royalty person eats at Pizza Express, there's no saving you.
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he got what he does. Well, he didn't get what he deserved, did he? It's the problem.
He got disowned
No,
by
he's-
the
yeah,
Queen.
He's not even going to prison.
Because he's innocent. I am also on Prince Andrew's side here. It's just this innocent man enjoying a meal at Pizza Express, and then this woman just comes at him.
At least you don't have to do a fundraiser for him. He's already got the money from us. You're like, oh, great. I don't have the time anyway. You're right, Andrew. All good.
So that's another big reason I wanted Gemma on the pod, because I want to see both of them squirm at the same time. Everybody has been asking for this.
Yeah.
Right? It's okay. Gemma works at a very prestigious company. So I hope your employers don't watch this. I'll forward it to your employers. Okay. And then after the show, we went to Opium, which is like a fancy bar in Chinatown that also serves dim sum.
It's very cool. It's like a secret entrance and things like that.
Yeah,
I love that sort of stuff.
I know.
But we got there, and because obviously you were doing the meet and greets and everything, so we thought, oh, we'll get the table and then hold it until you get there. And the service was very, very different for us than when you came in.
Yeah.
Because when I got there, I said to him like, we booked it for a period of time, and I said, how hard is this out? Because it was like going to be up in like 45 minutes. I was like, we need more time.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, can't help you. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. You turn up, and it's
Completely
like, stay
different.
as long as you want. The kitchen's still open.
Yeah.
Do you want some free food?
They're clearing other people's tables. They're just, yay, it's Nigel. Hello.
I was doing the wanky thing and trying to hint that, oh yeah, I'm with a performer. He's performing at the moment. And he looked at me like, okay. Didn't care.
Well, okay, when you say performer, it could be a lot of things.
Yeah, true.
It could be that shitty, like, floating Yoda guy. We've all seen this now. At every tourist destination, there's this Star Wars character, but he floats.
Yeah,
but it's just a metal rod or something underneath his
they ruined
loose.
the magic.
Yeah, it's lame as shit. It's probably some Romanian guy underneath that Yoda mask, some poor guy who has to just or that silvery, the guy who paints himself silver and pretends to be a statue. So when you say performer, he's thinking, oh shit, is this guy gonna come in with glitter? Is his silver paint gonna flake off on everybody's tables and chairs?
But they were very happy when you
Is he gonna be naked and just have the paint on and have his silver balls dangling around, scaring out customers? Yeah. So when you say performer to them, they're expecting the worst.
Yeah.
It's, oh shit, it could be a beatboxer. It could be a magician. Oh. And he might try to do magic on the other customers. You know, have you been to a party and there's a magician?
It's just awkward, isn't it? It's just like, it stilts, like whatever conversation you're having with whoever, it completely stilts it. And then you have to wait for this trick, and you're just praying it's good.
Yeah.
Because if it's not, it's so awkward. You have to like do
Exactly.
the fake, like, oh, great, yeah.
I see what you're trying to do. It's the same reaction I give when I see people's shitty interiors. So, but the thing about Opium is that they gave you shitty service, not because it's not a race thing, you know?
No.
It's more they recognize me thing.
It was a celebrity thing.
Yeah, it's a celebrity thing. Although I feel like it should be a race thing. That would be nice. Because for too long now, white people have it too good at restaurants. Okay? So it would be nice. Can we do that in Chinatown? We give preferential treatment to Asian people. Can that be like a thing?
I feel like it is. I feel like it is a thing.
Yeah, and then if we go to like Chelsea, then you can treat white people better. That's fine. You take Chelsea, white people can have Chelsea, and the Asian people we can have Chinatown. So we can see how the other half live. You know?
For God's sake.
So you can go to Chinatown and be like, oh, so this is what it's like. Back in the 40s and 50s, what, a separate water fountain I have to use? What? You know? I can't sit in the front of the bus in Chinatown? Oh, shit. You know, takeaway only for whites? Wow. This is what they went through. It will build empathy, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it build empathy?
Just Gemma just sat there like, I have no idea how to react to this.
You just have to say, you are correct, Nigel.
No, you have to say that.
You could see school trips doing that though. You know, like when it's like seeing what it's like history.
Yeah, when they teach you about slavery, they bring white kids to Chinatown. Can we have like a theme park that,
God.
where white kids go there, they get to be like pretend slaves for a day to feel what people used to go through, you know, what Asian people you were like in building the railroads, or what black people had to go through picking cottons in the fields. So it's like experiential learning, right? That's what you need. Otherwise, people are gonna grow up and be like, what is this? Slavery was 200 years ago. Why are you still bringing up slavery? That's because we don't have an education system that has this experiential experiential
Yeah.
part, you know?
At our school, I don't know if this is just a my school thing.
Okay,
had a
here we
s-
go. Is it going to be
yeah.
racist?
Yeah, probably.
No, we had
here we
we had
go.
a slum day.
A slum.
We had to-
That is-
Say more, Gemma. This is the podcast to say it.
I don't know if this will make the cut.
This will make the cut.
No,
If
Nigel,
you cut
make
this
sure.
out, I'll fire you, Matt. So please.
And like I didn't create the day, my school created the day. But yeah, it was like
Okay.
a slum day, and we all had to like create camps out in like the field.
that's
Celebrate
so
a
bad.
refugee day.
And
Wow.
and we just like stayed there for a few hours, and then.
I feel like the activity itself isn't that bad. It's the name, Slum Day. Just
Yeah.
sounds.
Do you know what's even sad? I think you never, because we went to the same school for a bit. I think you never experienced it because you were like going on the ski trips. So it's for more. It was for more like the students who
wait.
didn't go on the exciting school trips.
Wait, what's this?
We would go on Slum Day.
Just outing me as a Tory, basically.
Yeah.
You on your ski
Me on my
trips.
Tory trips.
So the people who can't afford the ski trips
We had
do
Slum Day. And then we also had a day where we had to create our own sign language. That was the other experience day
There's Deaf Day as
for
well.
like people who didn't go on the school trips.
I like Slum Day. It will build empathy, you know? So people talk about the immigrants in Calais. You're like, okay, I see where they're coming from. I've lived in their shoes. You know? I think everybody should have Slum Day. Let's go a step further. Slave Day. Slum Day, Slave Day, you know, Vietnam War Day, you know? When you see war veterans and you're like, oh, you killed so many people, but you don't really get what PTSD is like, you know? Child Soldier Day, that would be great. That'd be perfect. They teach you how to like, at the crack of dawn, they blow a whistle and you're like, oh, shit, where's the enemy? Okay, and then you end it with a ski trip. So to kind of get over all the trauma. I like your school. 9/11 Day, that would be nice. So we could live through, you know, you get shipped into the Shard. And then you pretend it's Tower 2.
Oh,
You know?
no.
Hey, we have VR goggles now. Why don't they do that? VR learning what it feels like to be a slave in the old days. So you put on the VR goggles and it's just a cotton feel. It builds empathy. Then that's what we all need in this world. I know it sounds shocking to you, but I think I'm onto something here. Using VR for education. We have 9/11 Day because it's a very important pivotal moment in US history. They will have to learn it in class, right?
Yeah.
So you put it on as if you're in Tower 2. You can pick. You want Tower 1 or Tower 2. You want the
my
first one to
God.
go in. You want the second one to go in, you know?
It's really annoying because you found the logic and it's like,
do
I can't
have
even
logic.
disagree with what you're saying. I'm like, that actually does make
Yeah.
sense.
And then for Asian people, we probably need a Japanese invasion,
Oh my
day,
God.
okay?
Pearl Harbor Day or something.
Pearl Harbor, that's US history more. Yeah. In Malaysia, we probably have a Japanese invasion day.
Oh,
Yeah, so my grandma lived through it. You know?
Really?
It was tragic. We were skewering our babies, man, with like the rifle that has a bayonet.
oh yeah, the band. Is that World War
There
II?
were pictures, yeah, World War II in
my
Asia.
God.
Nobody studies this because we only do white people and the Nazis, you know.
What side were Malaysia on?
The good
Allies.
side.
Yeah, the good
Yeah,
side. Okay.
not the Axis. People here, you guys don't even study the Japan side, did you?
Not a lot of
No.
it, no.
Yeah, they were evil too. They killed a lot of Asian people, but nobody cares. So we need that Japanese Invasion Day. And then the people from Japan will have like Hiroshima Day,
Oh my God.
right? They just
Fucking hell.
they put it on. They see a mushroom cloud.
That is so bad.
Yeah. So, education system. Vote for me. Vote for Nigel to be your next education MP or minister. Is there an
Yeah,
education
Minister of
person?
Education,
Minister
yeah.
of Education. Yes. VR headsets for all the children. And then we can also talk about like gender and stuff.
Just an afterthought.
Yeah, and sex ed. You know? Yeah, that's quite useful. It's quite useful. And speaking of tour shows, we just announced Thailand, listeners. Tickets for Bangkok is now released. And I have to say this, I really want the show to sell out. But then when I logged on to check out the tickets and stuff, I saw the pricing. And the cheapest, there's 3-tier tickets. The lowest tier is 1,800 baht, which is like 40 pounds. And I was like, ooh, that's
It's
a
expensive.
bit pricey, isn't it?
You're a big shot, Nigel.
I don't want to be. Like,
Who sets the prices?
my tour company, Live Nation. Not my tour company, the tour company I work with, you know. And so apologies, listeners. I don't get to control the ticket prices. It's not up to me. And it's like, that's what you pay to see Ed Sheeran.
You'll be thinking of him when you're in your new house and everything. You're like, sorry, guys. Not my fault.
Listen, Uncle Roger is this working class Chinese uncle taking down one middle class chef at a time. He shouldn't be charging like Coldplay prices. You know, like somebody left a comment on one of my YouTube videos. It's like, I saw your tickets. It's like, that's what Coldplay is charging. And Coldplay has like 4 people, you know? So I'm just one guy talking. It's like, and that's what John Cleese is charging too.
Yeah.
Which first of all, John Cleese, legend, you know, legend in the British comedy world.
Yeah.
But who's seeing John Cleese in Thailand? Who's watching John Cleese in Thailand? Is that his crowd?
I think there's a lot of old British men who'll be watching in Thailand.
Oh, okay. So that audience will just be old British men and young Thai brides.
Those poor Thai brides.
That is a nice, like, it's a nice demographic, isn't it? You know? Just see a sea of bald white men and beautiful young Thai ladies. That is nice. That is nice. Do you know that Matt has yellow fever, Gemma?
I mean, does he?
No, I don't. But Nigel's every week trying to implicate me with yellow fever. It's not true.
Listen.
This is my yellow fever. Doing this podcast is yellow fever, but that's it. That's as far as it extends.
This relationship is a pure working relationship, man. There's nothing salacious about this. Yeah, but every time Matt brings up Thailand, he has this fascination. Every time I bring up Thailand, Matt has this fascination. Matt is like, tell me more, Nigel. So you're saying these young Thai women, they just marry any white guy? Yeah.
How much money do you need to have?
Can I have 4 wives? You know, some Asian countries get multiple wives, you know? You don't know that about him? You've never kind of got hints and glimmers of that yellow fever?
When I'm listening to K-pop,
yeah.
Blackpink, Nigel's introducing me to all the main bands these days.
Has he put like some posters up of like Asian women in your house? And they say, no, it's art. It's Yoko Ono. It's Yoko Ono.
I will say, yeah, Matt's obsession with John Lennon.
I love
because he wants to follow. He wants to follow in John's footsteps.
John Lennon was the pioneer. He was the first one.
He was.
The first yellow fever guy. You know, again, Yoko Ono, brilliant artist, but like, John could have done better, I think, you know? Great artist, Yoko, in her own right.
Yeah.
She doesn't need John either. But I'm like, John, you know, you are part of the Beatles, mate. You know? Want to punch upwards, you know?
Poor Yoko.
She doesn't give a shit.
No.
She does art where it's just her, like, she just squats over a canvas and has a period over it. That's a real piece of art Yoko Ono has made.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
It's in my house. I have an original Yoko. I have an original Ono. It's in my bedroom. I wake up and I stare at the period piece. But, you know, you guys should both go to Thailand together.
Yeah, this is the other thing. No, every episode.
Yes.
It's like, when are you guys going to go to Thailand together?
Yeah.
I've never been, but
Matt is
know.
dying
No,
to go.
I'm not dying to go.
He's dying to go. We should, next time, we'll go do a podcast. We'll do a podcast remotely and then we'll travel together. Come to the Bangkok show. Matt should go. Listeners, leave a comment if you want to see Matt come do Bangkok with me. We'll do a vlog. Nigel and his yellow fever producer, you know. And then Gemma, we'll just have, like, you know, we'll confiscate his phone. So Matt will be off the grid for like 3 days. And what happens in Bangkok stays in Bangkok. Okay, brilliant. Bangkok is like the yellow fever white guys Vegas.
Oh my god!
So what happens in Bangkok stays in Bangkok. Yeah, and it applies for Gemma too.
What's Gemma's plans?
I don't know. What's your plan? What do you want to do in Bangkok, Gemma?
I don't know. Wait, so I get to go now?
Yeah,
so
you
I'm
can
going
come.
there too.
Yeah, but you'll get separate hotel rooms. You know, don't letting them stay together. You know, you can go find. The only thing you know about Thailand in the UK is probably the Thai football team that got stuck in a cave, right? And green curry. Those are those 2 things. But yeah, we should go. We should do a podcast trip sometime. You know,
it's interesting you say that about like what people are known for, because when at your gig you mentioned the Malaysian Airlines plane that went missing. Do you find that a bit upsetting? That's kind of like what Malaysians are known for, like around the world a bit.
No, I'm just happy we had something on the map. Well, literally something off the map put us on the map,
That's so bad.
which is very, very cool. Because before that, you talk about Malaysia. What people don't know, do you know anything about Malaysia before this?
Not really.
Yeah,
I used to
see?
think it was like attached to Singapore, but it's not, is it?
No, it's very close. Singapore
it
used
is
to be part of
close.
Malaysia. It's a
Okay.
bridge. It's a bridge. But at least we have something now that people remember, you know? So in a sense, we have to thank the pilot.
Oh
The
my.
pilot put us on the map
Oh my.
by disappearing off the map. So thank you. I forget his name now. I used to remember his name.
Because he was your hero.
Yeah, he is like, that is the way to go, man. That is the...
He's the John Lennon of Malaysia. That is so bad.
Yeah. No, I have a Malaysian Airlines joke in my set. And sometimes it makes people like, but they laugh. They gasp and they laugh, you know? They like the kind of shit. They know what I'm doing. They know my vibe. They know my
Yeah.
vibe. Let's talk about the gifts I got this week. I have got some
Yeah.
gifts from the
Yay.
shows. Yeah.
Let's see.
Somebody gave me a metal spatula. You know, this is good for making egg fried rice. This is actually very useful because this is what you use to make a lot of Asian dishes. This shape, you know, it's great. And then I have the Hexclad pans, which is the pans Gordon gave me. So shout out, thank you, Gordon. Gordon gave me these pans that they are non-stick, but you can still use metal utensils in there, stainless steel,
Nice.
and they are beautiful. And I love cooking with them. So this will go really nicely.
Well,
Yeah.
just before you start, doing your haul, if you would need to donate any to the charity of Matt and Gemma, feel free. 'Cause, my kitchen's missing one of those.
Well,
so.
I'm donating this to the Russian fund, though. So sorry, Matt and Gemma. Maybe the next fundraiser we can do the Matt and Gemma. Is anyone coming after you guys? No, you're not even. You're safe in your little flat.
Yeah.
The Russians need it more than you.
Oh my God.
Okay, they just sent off their eldest son to the front lines. They need a spatula in the family to replace the eldest son. So this metal spatula from the School of Wok.
Nice.
It's a
Official.
brand in the UK, isn't it? School of Wok.
Who's the picture? Who's that guy at the bottom?
I don't know. Gok Wan.
Generic Asian person.
Yeah, they should have me on there. They should have me, shouldn't they? Somebody gave me a little a painting, a little drawing. Uncle Roger
Cute.
holding
Very cute.
a bottle of soju. That's very nice. It's very cute, this drawing.
It's lovely. Colours are nice.
Got my hairstyle correct. Oh, there's a note too.
Oh.
Hi Nigel, thank you so much for the amazing show. I always listen to your podcasts and watch your YouTube videos. Wishing you good luck to whatever you do. You deserve every bit of your success. Never apologize for being yourself. Also believe in yourself as you have that talent. Happy birthday to you soon. From Michelle.
That's lovely.
That is so nice. Yeah, never apologize for being yourself. See, she's on my side. Meanwhile, you guys are like,
Well, does she know she's now on Russia's side as well?
yeah. Michelle, we are pro-Russia now. And then and another note from her as well. Hi, Uncle Roger. Love your videos and your show. You are a great representation for Asian people. Keep up the good job. Kai Lin, happy birthday to you. I am a good representation of Asian people, aren't I? I have like kids, like 14, 15-year-olds. They come to my show. And they're like, they come to me after during the meet and greets, and they're like, you make me feel proud of being Asian.
Oh, that's lovely.
That is lovely.
Because there hasn't been a role model for us since Bruce Lee died. You know, there hasn't.
Well, like 30 years ago. When did he die?
Yeah, quite a long time ago.
The world's been waiting.
Yeah, I am the new, the role model. The guy who's proud of his food, proud of his culture, shits on white people. You know. I know a lot of people, sometimes I get hate saying that I'm pro-China, pro-CCP, but then they also turn back and call me a Chinaman. So I'm like, I should be pro-China then. You know? So don't let the haters get to you, Asian people. Go watch my videos and feel proud of your culture. And a lot of people also say that when I do the accent, it's demeaning against Asian people. It's a stereotype. But it's also like a lot of Asians have accents, you know? And an accent is not a stereotype. You know, if you do the accent and pull your eyes back and do yellow face, and okay, sure,
Well,
that's a bit much.
I think if I do it, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I think you've got a license to,
Sometimes I feel I want to start a Patreon and then have those goals. Be like, if we hit 100 patrons, we see Matt doing yellow face. You know? Wouldn't that be
It'd
fun?
have to be a lot of money for me to end my career.
Yeah, okay, 10,000 patrons. If we do start a Patreon
Great.
one day, 10,000 patrons and Matt will do Yellowface.
I'm not agreeing to that.
10,000 patrons! You'll get a split of the Patreon money if we do decide to do a Patreon.
Great.
It's just Yellowface, man. Trudeau's done blackface. He's still the Prime Minister of Canada.
No, well,
Right? Right? It doesn't really hurt you. Hey, don't let the haters get to you, Matt. Don't let the haters get to you. Just do Yellowface and then be like, fuck the haters, bro. Cancel culture's coming at me. You're not gonna get me. That's how you spin things nowadays, right? So we're gonna see Matt do Yellowface soon. So stay tuned to the podcast. Hit subscribe because Matt, the day will come, I'm sure. You know. Somebody gave me makgeolli, which is Korean rice wine. Very nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, we can have this later. We can have this, yeah. And then last thing, somebody gave me some peanut crackers from Poland.
Oh, they look good.
Yeah, let's have some. This is from the Leicester show. I did
cool.
3 shows last week. It's London, and Leicester. This is going to be a
now
ASMR
a
podcast.
mukbang.
Why is it an empty wrapper in here? Polish people cutting corners. It was sealed. It was sealed. How is...
Are they all the same? Can I try one?
You can't say, can I try one, as you're taking it out the box.
It's called the Michaski Original. Very good. Thank you very much.
So I think part of Gemma wanting to come on this podcast, you've been
I mean, like you say, it's me wanting to come on the podcast now.
Well, no, I mean, the way you guys were chatting the other night, you're like, oh, I can't wait to share these comments about Matt.
Yeah.
Great. Do I get a say in this?
No, you don't. No. Now you know how Gemma feels.
Yeah.
Matt loves mansplaining to Gemma. I realized this.
No.
Yeah.
Before recording started, you was like, hold the mic this way, don't touch the mic this way, touch it like this.
I wasn't that nervous until you were like trying to explain to me how holding a microphone works.
No.
Yeah. She's doing great, Matt. Stop
I know
mansplaining.
she is.
Then you were telling her
Yeah.
what to wear.
Yeah, on the way here, I was like, oh, like, is this okay? You went, as long as it's something you don't sweat in.
No.
And I was like, what do you mean? And you're like, well, you'll see the camera and you'll just start sweating.
Well, maybe I'm projecting by saying that because I get very sweaty. And I was just thinking you wouldn't want to be sweaty.
I
That
got
was all.
changed. I was wearing a white shirt and I got changed.
Matt, what are you doing? It's a podcast. Relax. It's supposed to be fun and casual and comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, does Matt mansplain all the time at home?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh, Gemma, here's how I use a walk. Okay.
Great. Is this a therapy session? And
Yeah.
like Nigel's the
This
mediator.
is the intervention,
Yeah.
the
Matt does.
couples therapy.
Tell me how to wash up correctly because you
And when he
Yeah.
says that to you, Gemma, how does that make you feel?
not good. Not good.
So who's controlling in the bedroom? If you leave the kitchen and go into the bedroom, does Matt mansplaining to you? Hold it like this. Don't move it. Don't tap it this way. It might make a different sound for the recording.
No.
Does he mansplain in the bedroom?
No, luckily not.
Yes. Two hands, Gemma, 2 hands. 4 fingers. All the fingers. Okay? God gave you 5 fingers for a reason.
Oh, God.
Put 4 up there and 1 as a thumbs up sign to me.
I keep
Okay.
wanting to recommend this to like my parents or Gemma's parents, and every episode there's a moment where like a cum joke or 4 fingers, and I think, no, not this week. Maybe
Listen.
next week.
Listen, your parents and Gemma's parents, they've all heard it. They've all heard it. Come on. They know what you get up to in your flat. Okay? This is why we get them on the pod. How does that make you feel when she puts 4 fingers up your bum hole? How does that make you feel? Where does the need for getting 4 fingers up there, where does it come from, Matt? If you really look into your childhood and your past history and life experience, where does the 4 finger thing come from?
Like, he's asking you. This is
feel
aimed
like
at you, not me.
Since this has started, our like body language, you were lovely and close to me, and we were all snuggly, and by the end of the episode, you're just going to be filing for divorce.
Listen, I am a very good therapist, you know. I do think listeners, you know, they've belong together, don't they? They're 2 very nice people. They are compatible personality wise and looks wise, you know.
Oh,
I worry
that's
though
nice.
that's because we've been together so long that, you know, when you like morph into each other.
Yeah.
'Cause we've been together 12 years.
That's why I'm always against interracial marriage. It's really hard to look like you belong together. Look at them. They look like they could be related. Can't they? They look like they could be. Sometimes it's nice to see, you know, you wake up next to someone who looks like you. Isn't it nice? You know, instead of waking up next to someone who doesn't look like you, you know? You look the same, you have the same thoughts, you have the same goals and ambitions. See? That's what happens. Don't do interracial marriages, guys. Marry, just keep it pure and simple. Your kids will be white. They won't have to deal with this whole mixed race thing, you know? Keep it nice and pure. I'm not saying interracial marriages are bad. I'm just saying, if you could, let's try to keep it in the family.
You're making it sound very Aryan when you're using words like pure.
Yeah. But you guys are pure, though. Your babies will be pure.
Should we do an email?
Yes.
So-
Yes. You want kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want little white kids, right?
Oh.
I don't mind what those, as long as they're healthy.
Really? If it came out black, then Matt will have a problem with it. Matt will have a big problem. And not because he's racist. If a baby came out Gemma black,
Yeah,
you would have a problem with it, right?
Genetically, that can happen. Very
That's-
rare anomaly. It can happen.
That's what guys who got cheated on tell themselves. Yes, you know, according to these studies, they can come out black, you know?
Anyway.
Yeah.
So we have an email for you, Nigel.
Can you imagine if the baby comes out black for Gemma and then you hear Matt says, "Why the fuck is it black?" And then everybody hears it. And the whole world will think you're racist, but it's actually not. That'd be so funny.
Can I do an email?
Okay.
Desperate to do the email.
Yeah. Why is it Asian? No! Gemma, I told you the podcast with Nigel, not to do anything else. Why is his eyes like slits? What to do with Nigel, Gemma? Yes, we're gonna do an email now.
Great.
Yes.
Hey, Uncle Roger.
Syrian? Did you sleep with the Syrian Carpenters, Gemma?
Hi Nigel, I love your podcast and I've been watching for a while, and I am watching from Japan, and I realized that you were talking about Japanese people don't go to London or England at all, and I just wanted to say a lot of people does want to go to London, but I think it's because of visa process. A lot of Japanese does go to Canada and Australia. It's very, very limited in England to go there for working visa, but we do adore going to England.
So we are playing this through the speaker and we don't have enough headphones, you know. We are a low budget podcast. But it's so sweet, right? It's so
Sharing
sweet.
Also, Nigel, thank you so much for listening, but can you please put Japan in Asian when you talk? I would appreciate that. Not just China and Malaysia, Singapore. Put Japan in, please.
Okay, fine. Japan's part of Asia. Yes. Do I not include Japan? I feel like I include Japan a lot.
I didn't realize you discriminated against them.
Well, they kind of fucked us up in World War II, so you should shit on them a little bit, you know? But Japan is Asia, okay? Thank you for the voice note. She sounds nice.
Very
Yeah.
polite.
Yeah.
Asked very nicely.
Visa stuff is always tricky, man. I don't know what the visa situation is for a Japanese person to come to the UK. If you have to apply for a visa to even visit the UK, then don't bother. It's just too much work.
Not enough payoff.
Yeah, not enough to come here and see the Harry Potter museum or some shit. Ugh. So I get it. If it's a visa thing, nobody wants to do a visa to come here, man.
No.
Yeah. But isn't it so cute when they were listening to the same headphone? That's very cute. See what can happen if you keep it pure? You know? It's so nice. Do you guys do that on the tube? My ex actually gave me like a gift before because she knows I like to when I was still married. She knows I like listening to podcasts, right? So she bought like headphones that split into double.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
we
splitters.
have
yeah.
those.
You have that.
But what we do now, Gemma's got AirPods, so we have one each. It's also very cute.
But AirPods don't really work because if your heads move apart, it assumes you've taken it off.
We don't move far away enough.
Yeah, it's always on my shoulder.
Oh, that's very cute.
So, Uncle Roger, huge fan of yours here in the UK. Absolutely love your podcast. Absolutely love your videos that you do. Very, very funny. Me and my fiance discovered you last summer and we've watched every single episode. Absolutely hilarious.
Thanks.
We were absolutely delighted to hear that you were doing a stand-up tour and we were very much looking forward to coming to the one in London in Leicester Square. So my fiance, as a Christmas present, booked tickets for us to go see you in Leicester Square for what we thought was going to be Saturday the 12th of March. Well, anyway, my fiance printed off the tickets today. Much to our disappointment, we realised that the tickets are actually in Leicester. We live in Kent. We are nowhere near Leicester. So to say we're disappointed is an understatement. But somehow or another, we're going to try and come see you again in the future because we love your stuff. But yes, very gutted we won't be seeing you.
Oh, very sweet. Thank you. But what an idiot. Can't differentiate between Leicester and Leicester Square. But that's very sweet, though. You know, he likes all the videos. But how could you make that mistake, man? Stu from Kent, how could you make that mistake? Okay. Oh, well, Stu, sorry to hear that. But I already have your money. So that's great. So thank you, Stu. When I'm announcing we can't announce it yet. Unfortunately, but I'm playing announcing an extra date in a big room in London.
Oh, you tease.
Yes. It rhymes with... I can't say it. Well, I do like that his fiance got him tickets because giving people an experience is nice, right? So you know what you got to do, Gemma? You got to buy him tickets to Thailand, okay? Or at the very least, get him like VR headsets so he can live through what the Thai football team lived through, you know? He just puts out, he's stuck in a cave next to 11 young Thai boys. He might love that too much, actually. He might love it too much. He would just keep the VR goggles on. And then this dinner time, and you go like, oh man, it's time for dinner. And no, stop it. I'm only on boy 4. I don't know. I'm only on boy 4. Stop it. You know? You wash the dishes, Gemma. You wash the dishes. I don't even care anymore. There's so many young Thai boys. See you next week.